last week we were talking about like the cheap ass Mercedes and stuff, and like it's a good way to bring it into this because like there are so many cars, and we've talked about this a little bit after the podcast, but there are so many cars that like you can definitely pretend you have money on the internet if you own these things. My personal favorite is old Bentleys because those cars are absolute monsters, but they all look the same. Like the Continental like has been the same car for the last like 20 years. Fucking best. You can buy the worst one and your mom will believe that you're a millionaire on Instagram, and your dad probably. So
How cheap have they gotten?
like last I checked,
like less than a Corolla.
yeah, you
Less
can get
than
them
a
for like
Corolla.
30 to 40. I don't know if that changed. I haven't looked since like COVID, but like yeah, I remember them being like 40s.
I'm looking right now. 2004 Bentley Continental GT, 29 grand.
Fuck. That's
Wow.
great. That thing is gonna literally bury you if it ever needs to be repaired.
How many
1986
kilometers?
Bentley 8,
What is
12
that?
grand.
Ooh.
It looks like an old money car.
I would definitely an old Phantom if you can get one. It's still going to be like a lot of money, but like you can get shitty Phantoms for like pretty cheap, especially in the States. If you find an X rental or like an X limo, absolute clapped car, and they look very similar to the newer ones. Even years ago, people were buying them for sub 100K, like a clapped Phantom.
I think clapped Phantoms here are still in like the I want to say 80s to 90s. But if you go a little older, like into the 90s and late 80s Rolls Royces, like the Wolf of Wall Street era, 20 grand, 30 grand.
Fuck.
Like for an old like Silver Spirit or something.
Is it this? I love the Silver Spirit. Or no, Silver Shadow is the one I'm thinking of. Sorry. The Silver Shadows. Those are 45 grand for a 1966 Silver Shadow. They look like a mob.
You look like old money when you pull up in one of these.
Yeah. You look like you know a lot about Italian wines. Like, you have an extensive collection. I love these old fucking things. I want one day to have something like this, but like anyway, more to the point. This is a car that is going to break and it's going to be expensive to fix because all these cars use very complex systems. Even with the Mercedes we were talking about last week, that hydraulic suspension shit goes wrong after 10 years. I could not imagine like with some of the more expensive systems.
A lot of them went wrong under warranty.
A lot of them went wrong in the factory. Dude,
wow, I'm looking at this Silver Shadow, the one that's in green on Auto Trader.
Yeah.
Damn, if you pulled up in this, you got to be wearing a top hat.
You absolutely have to be wearing a suit at minimum. At minimum.
Oh, bro, if you pull up in that, you're definitely wearing like an Armani suit or something.
It has to be a 3-piece too. You gotta have the vest. Full stop.
Oh yeah, you probably have like a pocket watch with it, and a little chain.
Yeah. I would be able to multi-level
are.
market with
Somebody's
this for
been
sure.
like riveting this.
Bro, if I was doing business and somebody pulled up in that, I'd probably sign that deal.
Yeah. Look, 2011 Rolls-Royce Ghost, 120 grand. 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost, 114.
It's not cheap.
Well, no, it's multi-level marketing cheap.
It is multi-level marketing cheap.
A lot of these guys, like, if you wanted to lie to people and like take their money, that's a great entry point. Like,
yeah,
I'm not advising you do, but
yeah, most banks will give you a shitty loan for. You could lie your way into $120,000 loan.
You could definitely lie your way into $120,000 loan. 100%. All of us could probably get approved on a $120,000 loan, but you know, if we're using it,
but
to
we
steal,
could definitely lie our way into $120,000.
Oh yeah,
and that's the important part.
100%.
Because nobody buying one of these is going to be a 100% honest person.
No, not. I've long for years I have said that anybody who has money did something either they or someone of their family did some illegal shit to get to where they're at. Nobody just comes into money.
I 100% agree with you, but anybody who doesn't quite have money but wants to project the image of money, there is nothing they are doing that's legitimate.
No, zero. There's zero that they're doing that's legitimate. I
They
mean,
are
look at these Bentleys.
definitely selling courses on Instagram.
Dude, how good would you be at selling courses on Instagram with this 2014 Bentley Flying Spur? Okay? All I'm saying, black Bentley Flying Spur, W12 motor, 78 grand. That's even cheaper. And it projects the same image as the Rolls-Royce, give or take. Same idea. Anybody who's
most
stupid
people
enough,
aren't going to tell the difference. All they see is like, ooh, that's a badge higher than BMW or Mercedes.
that's a badge I don't know. Yeah, exactly. They're stupid. Okay, not all of them. Yeah, they're stupid. Fuck it. I don't know why I'm being nice to them. But you could absolutely. But if this breaks down, like a lot of these old Bentleys are cheap because it costs.
So I have a similar one, little bit less known maybe, but similar price to that Rolls-Royce Ghost.
Yeah.
2004 Maybach 57.
Ooh.
Bro, it's 150 grand. That's still not cheap.
That's
That
150.
Ghost was 130. If you can lie your way into 130, you can lie your way into an extra 20.
You could definitely, but I feel like the Ghost presents more because it's more available. And like, if I were a liar and I went on social media to lie professionally, I would definitely buy the Rolls Royce because Maybach is a bit more understated.
You know it's a big lying brand.
What?
Maserati.
Maserati. I was just
Well,
thinking.
oh my God! I'm glad we all had that thought.
How many gold wrapped Maseratis have you seen?
How many nightclub owners? How many guys named Fahad and stuff like that own a shitty Maserati? I feel so bad for
look,
Maserati.
You
as a
get
brand.
an 08 Maserati Quattroporte for 15 grand.
You can get a 2014 Ghibli for 25.
They love the Ghibli.
They love the Ghibli. It's not
Dishonest people love the Ghibli.
They love. I would rather own the Quattroporte. We would all rather own the Quattroporte, obviously. But the Ghibli is newer, and you can get it for like the same money. Like,
I think a random person would definitely think the Ghibli is like something very prestigious.
No, they're
just because of the badge.
I'm literally I'm looking. I see the same thing you are. 2014 for 20 grand.
Yeah.
Damn.
100%. From Mr. Motor. What a terrible fucking name for a dealer. Dude, that's the easiest fucking thing in the world.
23 grand from Motorland.
I could see a realtor driving this, just like a piece of shit.
Oh,
realtor.
I just assume Maserati is held up by
these
realtors.
are the type of realtors that like sell apartment units.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, like
this is
like,
nobody selling a house. These are people selling like units and rentals.
For sure. Oh, they're only slinging rentals. Yeah, I fully agree with you. 2017 Ghibli for 29 grand. Like,
what's wrong with these cars? Are they
most things
that bad?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're
V6 twin turbo Ferrari engine, right? No,
horribly unreliable.
The Ghiblis aren't.
You know what? I'm surprised though.
Yeah.
Dishonest people, they love the Ghibli, but nobody ever really goes near the Gran Turismo too much. Gran Turismo is mostly just like old Italian men.
Yeah, I just think it's old Italian men who are lying to themselves because I just don't think it's the prettiest car. Like
Gran Turismo?
It sounds very nice.
I've driven one. It's a good car. I just think that it's ugly.
The V8 does make one of my favorite noises.
Wow, they've gotten cheap.
It is. They're really fucking long.
They are super long, deceivingly long. Although the one I drove was
like
a convertible.
The Gran Turismo. It's a nice car.
Like you look at the Gran Turismo in the picture and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. And then you stand next to one in real life and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it's a big car.
It's like a brisk walk to get from one end to the other end of the car.
Dude, I just think that there's something about like chromed side vents and just the way that this car sits that makes it scream like it's 2007 and I just bought a home.
You know what?
It's gonna go wrong for me.
You know what sort of vibe that gives? That gives like unbuttoned shirt with a gold chain and like gray hair hanging out.
Definite chest hair for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I think that the new one is significantly better looking. Do you know? Okay, it's just without looking, Nick. I know you know the answer, but honestly, for Aaron, I'd be very interested. Do you know what the brand new? If you were to buy a brand new Gran Turismo, because there is a new one. If you were to buy a brand new one, in and around what that car costs brand new, just best as you can. Don't look it up.
What is it, like 150, 180?
More.
More? Like 200?
More.
No.
It's
like 250.
It's 250.
For a Gran Turismo.
For a fucking Maserati.
It's 911 turbo money.
You can get the MC. It's the MC20, their car. you can get an MC20 for almost the same price as a Gran Turismo, like brand new. If you walked into a showroom and said, "I'd like a new one," you would be a moron crazy. If you did that.
I would love to like people watch at a Maserati showroom for a day or so.
We should just go work at a Maserati showroom and be like, "Are you sure?" Like,
it would just be empty.
There have to be I see people going in and out because there's some on the side of the highway. I see people there, and I just wonder, like, maybe they're NPCs. Like when I pass them, do you think they despawn? Because there's no way that these people are actually out there.
Go in there, repeating.
Wait. The Gran Turismo, has it always been that expensive though?
Yes.
It's always been like in that 911 turbo realm.
I don't know if it was that. I don't know if the 2008, like, to whatever it is, 14. Like, I don't know if that one was 200 plus, but 250. But like
they were always sort of in the 911 turbo price range, which is weird. Like, it's not weird considering the class of car that they put it in. It's just like, I don't know who the fuck buys a Maserati. But in that same breath, man, I really like the 2008 to like 2012 Quattroporte.
I agree.
Who does buy a Maserati? Like what?
Drug dealers.
Drug dealers.
Yeah,
people.
Dealers,
there's like a specific subset of people who like can seemingly get approved on these loans that they really shouldn't be approved on.
Drug smugglers in Miami.
Yeah, like no, but like. It's not even, it's like, okay, because Aaron, if you wanted a car, right, but you wanted something that exudes more than it, like Maserati is a car that like writes checks that it can't cash. Like with the FRS and the BRZ, we always thought like great looking car that does not do what the body says it does. Maserati is kind of a brand that doesn't do what it says it does. So like it's punching above its weight class, but it's failing. So these people have this image of luxury, this image of like, well, these basically used to be Ferraris back in the day that were rebadged and stuff like that, right? And then they buy a Maserati, and then within the first year they lose $30,000 to $40,000 on the value of the car, and then they're upside down. I just assume every Maserati's a repo, is basically what I'm trying to get at. Because there's no way.
Every Maserati should have like a little counter in the dash that's set to the MSRP, so you can just watch it go down.
Oh my god!
As you're driving, because that would probably that would probably be pretty accurate to like if you put the average amount of miles on a Maserati every year, and that counter went down at like $1 or $1.20 a mile, you'd get pretty close to what you actually lose in value.
Yeah. It's alarm. And if you own a Maserati and this is the first time you're hearing this, I'm sorry, but like you should have known better. This is like a fucking red flag on red flag. And by the way, the Gran Turismo used to start at like low hunts, like 130. This might be US. So like we'll call it mid hundreds. Yeah, now they've added $100,000 to the price, and it's still tanking in value the same way that it was in the past.
That's insane.
I just don't know where
if you own a barbershop that also doubles as the hookah lounge, you probably own a Maserati.
That's probably what they hold on to. This used to be a Ferrari, or this is basically a Ferrari with back seats.
No, it has to. It's like, it just doesn't make sense, right? Because it's like, oh, I want a European car. No, I don't want a German car. What's left? Oh, I could get something Italian, right? I could get something British. Oh, I don't want to do that because that's too reliable for me, right? Which is, so now you're left with Italian. And it's like, oh, Alfa Romeo? I don't think so. Maserati. That's it. Like, I feel bad because there's something in me, in my little Arab blood, in my little Arab head that says you should like Maserati, right? Because somewhere out there is like my third cousin twice removed who like owns a nightclub and he drives his Quattroporte back and forth every night. And I do like them. It's just, they make it fucking hard because there's nothing about them that like, they're great if you want to have a laugh, but it's definitely going to break. Like now where Quattroportes are like sub 20K, you know?
Can you imagine being the 20K Quattroporte driver that takes it in for its first $15,000 service?
Bro, that guy's not servicing it. They're taking it to Jiffy Lube.
One transmission clutch dies on you.
First of all, I know exactly what that looks like. I have visions in my head of what that looks like, and it's him going in, paying $150 or whatever it is to get the like diagnostic done, and then they tell them what it's going to cost.
150 for the diag.
Whatever it is, 200, 250 just to do the 1 hour of diag, and then they're going to tell him the price, and he's going to go, my cousin can do cheaper, and then he leaves. I just assume Maserati dealers never actually, like, text there don't work. Like, just because everybody who goes there is like, it's how much? And then they go to an independent shop.
And all you get afterwards is just the trail of Drakkar Noir where that person used to be.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bro, they have MC20s in stock that you can just get.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder That's what like the ratio of Maseratis sold to Maseratis with the check engine light on is.
I would love to know. Dude, sorry, to your point, Aaron, like, yeah, you could have look, okay, this is what fucks me up, right? You can see the new ones on Auto Trader. $450,000, $372,000. Okay, difference in spec. Look at the ones that are 2 years old. $269,000. That car lost 180 grand of value in 2 fucking years.
MC20?
Yeah, you know how everybody complains that McLarens lose value really fast? They may as well be solid gold compared to Maserati values.
They fucking might as well. This car has 4,000 kilometers on it. This one has 1,800. And they've lost 200 grand in value.
Yep. And these are cars that, like, they haven't changed in 2 years.
No.
There's no options or things available on the 2024 that are not available on the 2022. They just lose value that much.
It's just you'd have to be stupid. I wonder
what the math is on that. So they lose 180 grand. It's done 4,000 kilometers. So what is that? 180.
So it's actually lost 200 grand.
4,200. It's lost how much? 200?
Yeah, this one's 269, highly optioned, and the most highly optioned one that's brand new is 467. Let's just call it 200 fucking grand.
Okay.
And it's done. The one in the question has done 5,000 kilometers.
5,000 kilometers.
5,000 fucking kilometers.
That is $40 a kilometer.
Not including gas.
Not including gas, insurance. I'm not going to say maintenance because 5,000 kilometers is probably
it hasn't even done an oil change.
Not even one service.
No. And then the clutch pack.
Probably send it in for its yearly. So that car is $40 a kilometer to drive.
I've never experienced such a thing in my life. Like I just couldn't imagine.
Imagine driving to like.
I'd be losing more money. I'd be losing more money going to work than I would be making in a day.
Yeah, probably. Like imagine driving to where I live and then driving home, and it costs you $400.
Yeah,
that's $40 a kilometer.
Yeah, you know what's like?
No, like even me just driving to work, right? 24 kilometers one way, 50, like 24 kilometers one way, $40 a kilometer. That's $960 one way.
One way.
Each day, I'm losing $2 grand.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. If you want to do the 100-ish kilometers it takes you to get to me and home, that's $4 grand. I wasn't even doing the math properly.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god. Maserati.
How could you even drive one of those leisurely or for fun?
Bro, you just have to be that rich where you just don't care.
No, but this is the thing. That's the thing that doesn't make sense because nobody who's that rich buys one.
If you're that rich, you're just going to get a Ferrari because you can afford a Ferrari.
If you can
this
literally
guy probably has a Ferrari too.
No, but if you can literally afford that depreciation, you're not driving a Maserati. That's like I'll drive a Bugatti every day depreciation. I don't give a shit.
You know, I did see one in person at a Cars and Coffee last year, and the owner looked exactly like what you'd expect.
Yeah, I shot one at the auto show, and I was like, I don't know who owns this, but I have an idea. I got wafts of Drakkar Noir.
I will say, beautiful looking car.
I think,
but
gorgeous.
It's a Maserati.
I think they are gorgeous. I think they're one of the prettiest new supercars.
It's going to do as Maseratis do, which is tank and value and be unreliable.
Yeah, that's sad. I hate that. I hate that from Maserati, and because not only none of us, if say we ever came into we're very successful obviously, and let's say that we arrive at a point where we can purchase a car like that, that's already just not even in the fucking equation. And where does the depreciation stop? Right? That's the further question. Because like it lost 200 grand in 2 years.
Maybe this will be one of those cars to pick up in like 20 years.
Maybe. I
Yeah, because
mean,
nobody bought them.
Maybe by that point they'll lose like 360 grand in value,
and then be
and
100
they'll be in
grand.
that 80 to 100 range.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I just don't know where it stops, right? Because as they age, they're gonna get worse. They're a super low production model, so I'm sure the technical problems are even worse. Aren't they based on something? Like, aren't they just a reskinned Ferrari?
I don't know if they're just a reskinned 296. I honestly have no idea. I don't know enough about modern Maserati to answer that.
Let's take a look. Maserati.
I don't think they are.
The engine from the California.
Is
I
it?
thought I could have sworn
Or
the
the
California
previous
was a
gen?
V8, and the
Is it the
MC20
Gran
is a
Turismo?
V6.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a V6.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Ferrari 296 is a hybrid, but the MC20 is not.
Right. I think the MC20 is just a twin
I don't know.
turbo V6. Yeah.
wait. If it's not hybrid, maybe it's the move to buy one now. Or when
What do you
they
mean buy one
depreciate.
now? Oh, what? It's gonna be in like
They're-
5,
they're
6
gonna
years.
go. They're gonna go up if it's not hybrid.
Yeah, in the future, but they haven't hit the. I fucking 100% believe they haven't hit the bottom of their curve. Oh, this is the worst possible situation. Features a 3-liter twin turbo dubbed Nettuno, engineered in Modena by Maserati. So that means it's gonna break.
Oh yeah, so yeah, because the 296, the Ferrari engine is different. It's also a 3-liter V6 twin turbo, but it's also paired with a hybrid system.
Right.
Um,
MC20 known for its rarity. Well, I've got
And the
5
Maz-
available.
and the Ferrari engine's 120 degree V6 instead of a 90 degree V6 in the Maserati. So this is like the worst possible combination. You have Maserati built and designed engine.
I love this line. The MC20, which is known for its rarity, there's no fucking shot. That's what it's known for. The MC20 known for braking and being belligerent. Apparently, it's Maserati's first new engine in a quarter of a century, which is a byproduct for reliability. It's a byword, excuse me, for reliability for sure.
What engine did they make in the 2000s? Because
did they make them or did they just source them?
they were all literally just like Ferrari V8s, but converted to crossplane instead of flat plane.
Then I guess it doesn't count.
And they had the Maserati MC12, which was literally just a reskinned Enzo with some extra power.
Yeah, in the 2000s they used the Ferrari developed V8s. Yeah, that's what they were using.
This is probably the first Maserati developed engine in like 40 years or 50 years.
Oh,
Curbrash,
Christ.
I really like their logo, the Trident.
I love their logo. Again,
Oh, their
shame it's a
logo's
fucking
fire.
Maserati. It's just depressing, man. Like it's like they're clear, like they're doing something with this. Like that for the longest time it's just been fucking like Ferrari like parts bin cars. So it's no shock that they've been depreciating into the ground, but like I don't know. I mean they're doing something here. And it's just not going to
So
be well
what
received.
2000s rich guy car would you guys buy now that you would personally
Oh.
own and drive?
Do I have to maintain it?
No, does it
Like
okay.
realistically, if you were to,
does it have
you
to
guys
be an
think?
Instagram flex car, or is it just what one would I personally?
No, it has to be like something flexy.
You're setting the rules. Do I daily it?
Yes.
Oh,
E55 AMG.
really?
Ooh.
Yep.
Is that
With the
is that really an
supercharged V8.
Instagram flex car though?
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
A 16-year-old sees that, they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's like my grandfather's
What era?
old Mercedes."
Like like 2005?
That's probably 2010, right?
I'm thinking like this one.
Ah, okay. So like the early 2000s one.
I used to think these were so ugly, but now I think they look nice.
I think
They've
they've
aged well, right?
Yeah,
they've aged really well. I still think the
They're really
front
nice.
headlights are goofy personally, but
I think that's what's selling me on it. Those
In-
headlights, it's just very 2000s, 90s.
in black it does it more for me, that's for sure. That does it more for me, but definitely this is like how a fucking 18-year-old kid would modify his E55 AMG. There's no question about that.
Yes. Most definitely.
So let's see. Okay, so that's, you think that would be reliable? That would be a reliable car?
Yeah, the 5.5 supercharged V8 are actually pretty reliable.
Okay. If I had to pick one, and obviously What does something like that cost right now? One of those, like, probably high 30s, low 40s?
I'd say you could pick up a decent one, maybe with some miles, but well kept for mid 30s to high 30s.
Okay, that's a pretty good one then. So yours would be a 2005 E55 AMG. Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Well, that generation, so like early to mid 2000s.
Well, it's just easier for people to visualize, people or
Yeah.
person. But okay, for me, fuck, this is hard because I just assume all of them aren't fucking reliable. Mid 2000s flex car, mid 2000s flex car. So it has to basically be like a luxury car, like, because I could say
it has
like,
to, it has to impress
or
16-year-old you.
Or it's not a luxury car, but people sure flex with it in the mid 2000s. Hummer H2.
oh fuck, that's a good one. But nobody now would respect it.
I could see it.
You fucking bastard.
I could see Anthony in an H2.
I hate
in a
both
yellow
of
one,
you.
yellow on black.
Oh fuck,
with,
that's what
with
was
yellow
in my
Tims.
head too.
I could see it
with yellow Tims.
With yellow Tims.
Why do you make? Why am I constantly being fucking like, projected to be a fucking nightclub owner, like nonstop with you two? No, you know what? I would actually.
I mean, the yellow Hummer with yellow. He could be a kebab shop owner too.
Sure, that works too. Fuck.
H2 kebabs. That's a good name.
There is
a Hummer cologne.
Okay, well, please don't buy me a Hummer cologne. Please God. please God, don't buy me a Hummer cologne. Okay. I don't like Hummers. I don't think they're very impressive. I think they're the ugliest fucking things I've ever seen. Except other than the H1, I'll be honest, just the military vehicle on the road, it's pretty flexy, but that's like 130. Like, they appreciated.
They're expensive these days.
Yeah, probably.
And you are a Jag fan, but I don't think Jags, especially mid 2000s Jags, are flex cars.
They're definitely not flex cars. I mean the XK. What's the oldest XKR? Because that maybe could be something.
No, you're probably thinking of the late 90s to early 2000s one. Most people honestly probably don't even know that exists anymore.
No, that's lame. Okay, shit. Man, I'm in a bit of a bind here because I don't think I'd be able to maintain anything. All right. Tell you what.
Just choose the Hummer.
I know. It's fuck the Hummer. Are you kidding me? I think I would just I would probably go
Cadillac Escalade.
Oh, fuck. I hate those things. My uncle had one up until very recently.
The Dub era Escalade on some 22s spinners.
Yeah, no, I think. Oh, you know what I would love? That I think like a old BMW 8 Series would probably be kind of flexy, like the old one with the pop-up headlights.
That's tough.
You think?
Yeah,
I think that's more of a flex to people who know what it is. I'm not sure if.
All right, that's I do what the jury says. Okay, fuck it. They put me in a bit of a pickle here. You know what? Maybe I'll take the Maserati Gran Turismo. I'll take the Maserati Gran Turismo at 37 grand.
You talk shit about it.
I do think it's. I think it's ugly, but it is definitely a fun car to drive. That's no question. I just don't want to see it, so I'll be inside of it.
Bro, you can get an 08 Cadillac Escalade for $8,000.
I fucking hate Cadillac as an idea. I have lost enough weight that I don't look sick in it anymore. Okay, come on.
So you think you're gonna be all right maintaining a Gran Turismo?
I think that I would probably learn how to do a lot of things myself.
Okay.
I don't know. Escalade is also a good answer.
I'll take it. I think that's a respectable answer to the question.
I mean, I think at least it hits on social media still. People are stupid, and you could put the newer bumper on it with the like big.
Yeah. You know what we haven't really touched on, but I feel like is a big Instagram flex car. Audis.
You think?
Audis.
Like base
Which
Audis?
ones?
No, like the older, bigger ones, like S8s and A8s. You can get an old RS7 for.
RS7. Fuck, can I change my answer?
Oh, how much are those? Those are kind of too new, right?
You can get 2011, 2012 RS7s in like the 40s and 50s.
No.
You can get them in the fucking 20s. This one has 300,000 kilometers on it. You can get them in the 30s. with
Man, I used to
116K
see
on
so
it.
many of those on the road.
I love this fucking car. I think it is so fucking attractive.
And it's honestly, it's new enough to still look like the new RS7.
Yeah, they are a bitch to maintain. Like,
yes.
the brake rotors alone, I think, are like $900 a piece on either side on the rears.
Oh, I
the
remember
fronts.
doing the math for Mike when he was interested in them, and it was like 6-7 grand for a brake job.
Seriously,
6-7 grand.
Oh,
What
rotors.
the fuck?
that's even with you buying your own parts and doing it yourself, right?
Yes.
Fuck. Yeah, no.
Why
it's,
is it
it's
so
crazy.
expensive? The fuck?
Because the
Insane.
brakes are fucking huge.
They're huge, and they use like specialty 2-piece rotors or something like that.
I mean, that's a lot of German cars. They're just really fucking big brakes.
Yeah. No, they're really, really large. I saw, who was it? Sam Crack did one where he fixed one, and yeah, that was I could not have even
Yeah,
in the
here you go.
United States. The
2014,
prices.
2014, 90K, 38 grand. I
Dude,
think
you should get one.
You could flex on Instagram with an RS7.
You absolutely
sick.
could. It's too new for what we're doing, but you definitely could. But it's definitely the better choice over everything we just said. This is the best, like, most modern vehicle you can get for sure. In that
This thing
range,
is too
that's
cheap.
flexy.
Why is it? That's insane.
Because of what we just said. To maintain, it's a nightmare.
We're putting ideas in Aaron's head.
Dude, you should absolutely buy the. No, you should buy this
Bro,
one.
this
Hold
thing
on.
has a $40,000 claim on it. That's why.
That's okay.
Yeah, and
Does it look straight? You just need to flex on Instagram. It doesn't
Look at this.
matter if our crab
That's
walks a little
true.
bit.
this is a 2014 one with 116K and it's 35 grand. Can you imagine if I bought one of the twin turbo V8, bro? Come on.
Bro, nobody would even know it's been crashed.
No,
Fuck,
no one
man,
would
I should
know.
just get one of these.
You should do
Instagram
it.
flex. No one's gonna ask to see your title.
Bro, can I see your Carfax?
Yeah. No, said nobody.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start putting that on my profile. Honda S2000. Clean Carfax.
I
All
think
original 10 VINs.
I think people would
Yeah,
call you a
But
goofy
start
little
putting that
goblin,
on your cover letter when you apply for jobs.
Yeah.
I had a theory about putting that because I want to fucking hire. If I ever hire people, I would want them to be car people. So I'll ask them what they drive, and I'm like, I'm looking for the person who drives a clapped out DC2 optimally. I'm kind of looking for the kind of guy who's stupid enough to maintain his own car. But
That's true. That's what that way you know he'll be a good employee because he needs the money. He's not gonna go job hopping. He has a
Oh,
car
wait.
hobby to support.
this one has two claims. The one that you were like turn your nose up at, or I guess you can just write clean Carfax. No one's ever gonna know.
That's okay. Don't worry. You just
But
They
this
can't
other
see
one you
them.
showed me has 300,000 kilometers. It's reliable.
No, it doesn't.
It's
What are you
good.
talking about?
Oh
When
no,
did
this is the
send
one I saw.
300,000? No, yeah,
Okay.
that,
he
yeah.
found the one you were talking about originally.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like hey man, that's crazy mileage, and it still looks decent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Alright,
my
I mean,
cheap
I guess-
car choice would be the SL. You know, the one we talked about last week.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you're sticking with.
Those are very attractive.
No,
Okay.
they're really good looking.
So we have 2 Mercedes and a Maserati. That's our 04 rich lineup.
100%. I think that's pretty good. But we wanted to talk about that. I think that's a good segue point. We wanted to talk about this. The stupid shit people put on Instagram is getting fucking out of hand, especially where we live. To give you an idea, and we've all seen this, it's just like people driving pretty standard vehicles in circles in parking lots. People might be Arab, they might be Indian, and playing ethnic music to it, and they have 900 likes, and I don't get it. Or
The
doing
one
a
that
lot
had
of dangerous
2,000.
shit. Oh yeah, they got 2,000 likes. Sorry, and doing dangerous shit in those parking lots, like with again like a bog standard Honda Civic, Hyundai Elantra. So it's a good segue into bullshit people put on fucking Instagram. Like I know we've given like, I think we've talked about like takeover culture, right?
I'm pretty sure we touched on it a while ago.
We
This
probably
is like
touched on it, yeah.
this is like sub takeover. Like takeover culture, that's like bottom of the barrel car culture.
Right.
This is like you kick that fucking barrel over, and like this is underneath.
Yeah,
But the
this
thing is,
the scum.
these guys aren't hurting anybody. They're just doing it. They're just hurting themselves, to be honest. Making themselves look like a fool.
I mean, they are and
Yeah,
they
but
aren't. They've definitely hit people in parking lots. Like I've definitely
Oh, there's-
seen.
if anybody's gonna get into an accident at 10 kilometers an hour in a base model Civic, it'd probably be one of those people.
It happened to my dad.
They'll find a way to hit a cart corral or a fucking light post or something, or each other.
My dad was parked and one of these people hit him while they were like trying to do donuts in a parking lot. This was like this was years ago. He was parked, and when the cop came, they were like, "How fast were you going?" He was like, 0. I was fucking parked. Like, and this wackadoo hit me, and the guy was like, "I'll pay cash, bro," and he's like, "It's a company car. I can't do that." Like,
like, bro, it's insane. If you get into an act, like if you hit somebody in a parking lot at low speed, you probably need to just leave the country at that point. Like, you can't show your face around there again.
No, I agree. I think it's silly. Like, I just leave. But these guys,
just bad.
They're uppity. I don't know what the word is, but like, they just do this stupid shit, and then they post about it, and then, you know, like, it's like, you see these guys who are like, yeah, I drift my Jeep Wrangler on broad tires in Brampton. I'm like, I hate being in this area, like driving through this area ever. It's like a minefield.
Bro, driving through Brampton's just like waiting to get into an accident. It's like, I know it's coming, I just don't know from where.
My favorite part, though, is that there's like a 50-50 shot that it will be recorded and posted on social media the same night. Like, yeah. I know it's crazy, but I just don't trust these streets, bro.
I remember I was leaving a gas station in Brampton in the MR2 once on the way up to Caledon, and I was only doing like 5 because I was going towards the exit to turn right onto the road, and just somebody just backed out of a parking space, just didn't look, head straight, looking out the front window, just backed out.
Fuck yeah.
Full speed ahead.
My brother's gotten hit by exactly that. And he was in a parking lot, and the dude just backed out, was not even looking behind him, and just smashed into the front of my brother's car. And my brother got it, was like, okay, I think we're going to need insurance. Like, and they try to fight it, too. That's what's crazy. I've never hit anybody, you know, knock on wood, and all that, but, like, couldn't imagine doing it that way. I would kind of hope it was like, wow, that really was not avoidable, not like I should have turned around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not even like most cars today, you don't even have to turn around. Just look at the screen. You get a backup camera.
But they don't do that either. They just listen for the fucking beeps. They're like, all right, it's in God's hands now, and you know, and Denso sensor, you know, manufacturing. It's fucking the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's funny that it's like mandatory, right? Like backup cameras are a mandatory item.
Yes.
Not only here in Canada, not in the States, I think. So
yeah, although I think they're just a normal thing now because it's just cheaper to include them at this point.
Yeah.
I love seeing some of the posts of like accidents that happen in Brampton and just the situations they get themselves into.
Yeah.
Like single car accidents where the cars are upside down.
Yes. What's happening?
Yeah, I saw that one. That's fucked.
What's going on when this happens, brother? Like,
how do you flip a car on a main road?
It's like next level. Like, I couldn't even conceive. Like, we literally sit and go, I don't know how it happened, right? When I see an accident, I'm like, that guy T-boned that guy. You know what I mean? But geez.
You ever see these guys just whipping their Amazon vans on the road?
Yes.
They're just absolutely going so fast, cutting it out of traffic, trying to make their delivery.
Bad, bro.
I know this is I've said this already, but one of them hit my mom.
No way.
Dude, can I tell a little story about driving in the Brampton area?
I just want to point out the pattern here that Anthony's the only person that's been in Brampton and clearly has the most accident stories.
Yeah. Dude.
That's why your insurance is fucked.
Okay, that car, I won't mention what car it is. No, that's not why my insurance is fucked. Let me start with that. It's because I live on the edge of a horrible place, hoping to move. So my mom got into an accident, literally. So right a couple blocks away from the house, some dude in an Amazon delivery van smashed into the back of the car. It like crumpled the whole thing in. Fixable, apparently. He was like, I have to pay cash. This is a company vehicle. So they fixed it. 1 week later, a lady on the same fucking corner on the same fucking turn smashed into the back of my mom's car. Same God. Fucking damn. It had to be repaired again. Could you imagine the face? I know, because we go to a friendly guy that we know, but like, could you imagine the face of the guy who just fixed it and you pull it and you're like, bad news? Like, wouldn't you be disheartened? Just
Sanjay must have been pissed.
It's not Sanjay. Fuck you. His name's like Bill or something. It's a nice white man.
That's another mistake I made in life. I should have opened a body shop in Brampton like 10 years ago.
Dude, you would have a nightmare negotiating with people, like my people and other people. It would just be a gong show.
Fuck
You
it,
would
it'd
have
just be
bad
insurance, you know?
No, but they don't
I
go
have-
through insurance because they don't have
I
insurance.
have no comment about negotiating.
We've talked about this
specifically.
before. Well, no, but like because we talked about like if you were to sell, because you have the family lineage of selling cars. If you were to sell cars, like you said, and we all agree, we would much rather do it in like a luxury dealer situation, not an economy dealer, because
Yes.
we're not haggling over $5 a month on your monthly payment. I won't put myself through that. No.
Adds up, bro. $60 a year.
What?
$5 a
$5.
month.
That's $5 a month. That's the
So-
difference.
yeah.
over a
Okay.
year.
$60.
People will argue over like that's like one these days. That's like a dinner for one
Yeah.
Yeah.
every
That's-
year.
That's like one outing to Swiss Chalet. For American viewers, Chicken
Oh,
Shop.
Fuck Swiss Chalet.
I just had it tonight. Sorry, Nick. I know how much you hate it.
Oh god.
You had Swiss Chalet?
My look, we've talked about,
fuck?
okay, there's a mild segue here. We've talked about this before. Nick and me, any ethnic family, okay, that's where you went, okay? When they're like, we're celebrating a birthday, let's go to Swiss Chalet, okay? The chicken is fine. The food is
How old are
fine.
you?
What?
Whose
Now?
birthday are you celebrating?
We weren't doing a birthday, and my family was like, we need dinner. And
It's
mom was like,
like-
get
it's
Swiss
So you
like
Chalet.
chose Swiss Chalet
syndrome.
out of everything? Don't you have like a Chinese
Like-
joint down the street or something?
No,
No,
Kung Pao was
in
closed.
Brampton.
Of course, he wants me to go fucking pay patronage to like his cousin's fucking.
The Asian person's like, don't you have a Chinese place around you or something?
Yeah, you want some lo mein? Fuck you. Like I want chicken
Bro, why
and
don't you get
potato.
dumplings?
Yeah. Dude, you don't have a magic
Swiss
noodle
Chalet,
next to
though,
you?
bro. Come on. That's not.
What do you mean,
that's
come
not a place
on?
for celebration.
That's okay.
Bro,
I know
like,
that you
if
had a different
you're-
upbringing.
Bro, every single fucking event from my birth until like age probably 18 or 19 when I just started refusing to go was at Swiss Chalet.
Yeah, you know how when you're young and your parents are like, we're going to church, and then at a certain age you go, I'm not fucking going to church anymore. That was Nick's
Yeah,
similar moment.
that's
Like, I'm not
Swiss
going to
Chalet.
Swiss Chalet.
Exact same mentality about Swiss Chalet.
I still
will be
like Swiss
nights-
Chalet.
There will be nights sometimes where I just like my girlfriend's working late. There's no meal prep made. I have nothing to eat. And like if the option is like somebody would pay to give me Swiss Chalet or I need to have like a grilled cheese in the toaster, I'll take the grilled cheese.
I
Bro,
I'm
if you
not
want
that
Swiss
bad.
Chalet, just buy a fucking chicken from Costco. It's better.
okay.
It costs
okay.
less.
I'm not gonna have I think this is a car podcast. I'm not gonna have this argument about fucking Swiss Chalet with you, okay? I grew up eating it, okay? It's a fond memory because it was like crazy cheap when I was young. Now it's a fucking ripoff. But it was crazy cheap when I was young. I fully agree with you. It's not good value, okay? My parents bought Swiss Chalet and I ate it. All right? That was the situation. We have guests over and for some reason they went Swiss Chalet.
You had guests over and then you brought over Swiss Chalet for them?
Oh,
I just
jeez.
made it worse. They like
Bro.
it.
Dude, bro. Are
Do
you
you
from
walk in-
Brampton?
No, they're not from fucking Brampton. They come in from the
they
States. So they're
newly
like, this is a
Brampton?
Canadian thing.
Residents?
No, they're coming from the States and they're like, this is a Canadian thing. And they've been doing it for years.
The
So they're like-
only thing I will still eat from Swiss Chalet are the dinner rolls.
You know what
That's
is going to
it.
upset you? They changed them.
They did.
Yeah, they're not good anymore.
There's nothing for me.
There's not...
If I were in the desert and my options were keep walking or Swiss Chalet, I'm a walk.
You might die.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm willing to take that risk.
Bro, it's not that bad. What is going You're treating it like it's fucking Little Caesars or something.
I would rather have Little Caesars.
Oh, fuck you.
Bro, I'm just
I would
shocked
rather
that you
have a
serve
hot
this
and
to
ready.
guests. Like,
It's what
Man,
they
that's
want.
wild.
It's what they
Bro,
want.
if I went to somebody's house and they served me Swiss Chalet, I would ask them if they needed financial help or something. Like I would ask them if everything was all right.
You know, there's like you know, there's in some cultures when you want someone to leave, like there's a certain thing you serve them and be like, hey, fuck off. Like, here's the last thing I'm serving you. Get out. I guess in Nick's mind, it's Swiss Chalet. He's like,
it is
I'll
like
leave.
if that comes out, that's my cue to be like, oh, I guess this night's over.
Why are you so hostile about it?
Oh my god, bro. Next week's what? It's gonna be Pizza Hut.
Bro, okay, listen. Let's tie this into cars. They have a drive-through.
That's the fucking weirdest part. They're like a sit-down restaurant. They have a drive-through. Does nobody see anything fucking wrong with that?
I do. You know how we complain. We've had discussions way in the past about like, isn't it fucked up when you go to a drive-through and they're like, can you pull over and park? And you're like, I didn't drive through anymore. Like, there's no drive-through anymore. Now I'm just parking and some fucking very cold woman in the winter is gonna walk out and give me my bag of schlop. But like with Swiss Chalet, they don't make you park. 2, you sit in the drive-through for 15 to 17 minutes, like at the window while the lady stares at you while your chicken like sweats in a box because they don't have everything ready, and then they hand it to you and it tastes like cardboard. Okay,
yeah.
It just
and you
doesn't make
serve
sense.
that to your American guests.
Okay,
Yeah,
they want it.
And then Swiss Chalet, they use those really wide plastic bags and they hand it to you, and you have to drag like 3 miles of bag through your window. And it's literally just like, it honestly feels like carrying a garbage bag is how well laid out everything is.
It very much
that
is
bag.
a garbage bag. And I'm sorry, but I like Swiss Chalet sauce and the chicken is acceptable and I like the fries.
Bro, I had Swiss Chalet growing up so much that my parents used to buy the fucking sauce at the grocery store.
My parents
put
still
it on
do.
the chicken at home.
Yeah.
That's why you hate it.
This is deep trauma.
That's exactly why I hate it. I'm
On this
traumatized
podcast,
right
I think I'm gonna send Nick $100 gift card to Uber Eats. Should his guess to something better.
Fuck you. You mean me? Oh, fuck you, dude. Okay, this is what if somebody asks for, if your guest asks for something, even if you don't like it, you get it for them. Okay, that's
No,
the way
I'd
it
be like,
works.
this. You have bad taste. Let me show you something good.
Okay,
I don't
maybe
know.
it's
You
the
serve some
Chinese rudeness
food.
in you or something, but like, you
I
don't
do the same
that.
thing. I'd be like, I know a way better chicken place than Swiss Chalet. We're going to KFC.
Bro, I'd rather go to Popeyes.
Popeye is fried. It's
Than
not
Swiss Chalet.
comparable. Okay, we could go to fucking what's that place when we went to Nando's?
Oh, that's gross too, bro. Nando's.
Really?
Better than Swiss Chalet.
Yeah.
I don't think you think Nando's is gross.
I don't like.
They've
I don't
fallen
like
off
chicken
quite
like
a
that,
bit from
bro.
the last time we went.
Okay, hold on. Nando's doesn't have a drive-through. This is fucked. We're just talking about fucking Swiss Chalet now.
That's
No, it's
okay,
fine.
we're
It
allowed
doesn't
to do-
matter.
We'll get back to cars and stuff we don't like on Instagram. in a
I'm
minute.
just very
We can have
offended
this
right now.
conversation.
I
You
can't
like the
believe that
Swiss
you're
Chalet.
offended for my guests who asked for Swiss Chalet and I served it to them, basically.
Yeah. Why? Just-
Because that's what
Fuck,
they
bro.
want. You know how rude it is for someone to come into your home and then they're like, I'd like this. When you ask them what they want and then they go, no, you're not having that. Like, what are you talking about?
no.
I want my guests to eat good food.
Yeah.
They like it. Okay, look, there are like 700 locations. I know you don't like it, but somebody does. It's
Yeah,
not
fucking old people.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the guests are
I'm
old. Does
surprised
that
Swiss
help?
Chalet isn't in any economic trouble. You know,
They're not.
Everyone's,
They're
like,
doing well.
closing- They're doing well. I'm shocked.
Well, then maybe it's you who's out of touch. I'm just
You know what?
saying.
I'm gonna go have Swiss Chalet tomorrow night. I'm
Bro,
gonna
if Aaron
go
ever
have
pulled up
it.
and if Aaron ever pulled up and you gave him Swiss Chalet for dinner, he probably wouldn't talk to you for at least a few months.
But I wouldn't do that because I know you don't like it. I'm not a retard.
Bro, there's actually a Swiss Chalet down the street. I never.
They're everywhere. They're
I
very
never
successful.
noticed. Bro, they are
Bro.
fucking everywhere.
Bro, don't do it. Just fucking
There's
don't.
there's literally 5 within like.
I
20
can't
kilometers
believe
of
it.
Bro,
this.
they're like banks. You don't know they're there until you actually start looking for them, and then they're fucking.
They're
everywhere.
fucking everywhere. Come on, man. Like you're.
Okay, maybe I'm the one that's out of touch.
No, Nick has a legitimate beef. Okay, you just don't like it, and you haven't said anything like, "Oh, my parents bought it so much growing up that it was a problem."
It's true. Yeah, I don't know why I hate
You're
it.
you're just being a hater.
I mean, I've had it. It's nothing special. Like I wouldn't treat somebody
It's
to it.
I'm not. Did I even open? I didn't open this conversation being like, "Oh, the fine delicacy of Swiss Chalet." Like I didn't do that. I said someone came over. They don't have that shit over there, and they said, "Oh, I remember having Swiss Chalet. We should have Swiss Chalet." Okay. For anybody who doesn't know what Swiss Chalet is, it's rotisserie chicken, French fries, and a very I don't know what the word, Nick would say hateful, but I would say tangy sauce. That's their signature. There's nothing more to it. That's all there is.
I remember that shit.
How do you not like
sour
okay.
and smoky? And
you like sour. I know that in your village in fucking Gongqing or whatever the fuck, they love sweet and sour soup or something. Fuck you. What the fuck? Now it's just open racism. Fuck it.
We're loud because we have all the cultures here.
Yeah, so we've got a culture mix here. Also, I've been profiled as a fucking shawarma shop man, a nightclub owner, an H2 driver. So I'm clear.
After this, you're gonna be the Swiss Chalet man.
I am the Swiss Chalet man. I'm the chicken man.
Yeah, by fucking Swiss Chalet franchise.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm just gonna start bringing Swiss Chalet to Anthony now.
Great, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that.
I'm just gonna send you some to your house right now.
Please don't. I already ate.
I'm just looking at the photo of this thing, man. This does not look appetizing.
It's a car podcast, I swear, folks.
Bro, it's fucking...
It's chicken!
I don't know, man. Like, that piece of bread there, the fuck is that?
That's the old rolls. Those are the better ones.
Yeah, the new ones, they've apparently changed.
The new ones are like weird ciabatta. They're really not good.
Holy fuck.
I can't... Were we talking about cars? I think we were talking about cars.
We were talking about Instagram car.
I'm dying, bro. Like... This is a crazy tangent. What is
what
is the Swiss Chalet of cars?
Honda Civic,
Fuck.
Honda Civic, Honda Civic, Honda Civic.
No, because I like the Honda Civic.
Yeah.
What? So you have to like it?
Yeah.
FRS.
The Swiss Chalet of cars for me is probably like a fucking Nissan Cube or Kia Soul or something.
No,
just
come on.
fucking god awful.
Yeah, some kind of Kia product.
Kia Soul.
Yeah,
No?
I said Kia Soul.
Oh, I
Not
thought you
the
said
Soul.
Nissan Cube. Oh,
What
sorry.
is the more...
Cube or Kia Soul.
Oh, sorry, I missed that part.
Yo, you know what Swiss Chalet is? It's the fucking Nissan Murano Cross Cabriolet. That's what
No,
it is.
because if I saw one, I'd pull over. Like, if we're going off the basis that you don't like it, there's very few of the cabriolets. Very hard to find. Like, not rare, you know, so...
Oh, I know what it is.
Mm.
The Kia Stinger. That is
No,
the Swiss Chalet of cars. Yes.
don't do that.
Yes. You like it. You know, they're
Like
they're
it.
kind of rare, but if you look around, you can probably see one. You know, they have good performance.
So this hinges on me liking it. Fuck you.
Shitting on all of
That is it.
I like the
That is-
Sting. The Stinger's a good car, and Nick admitted after he dissuaded me from buying one, I probably would have been really happy until it broke, which I think is a fair assessment.
Just like how we
I-
dissuaded you from
I-
getting Swiss Chalet because it's.
Oh,
I
'cause you're
still
broke.
maintain the Kia Soul is the Swiss Chalet of cars,
okay. Then let's do that.
There's
That's
a
the
lot
Swiss
of
Chalet
them
of all
around.
cars.
and they're fucking awful.
The Swiss Chalet of all
That's-
cars is the Kia Soul. The Swiss Chalet of performance cars. Anything a car person would buy. I think the Stinger is reasonable. Though I detest that statement, I agree. Is there any other suggestion? Oh, I've got one. The Civic EP3, like the newer hatchback, because they're all kind of fucking rusty and shitty. They don't really work right. And
When
if
was
you
the
do
last
buy
time
it,
you
you're
saw
usually disappointed.
You don't see them that often, though. Not anymore, I guess.
I see. I mean, yeah. I guess you don't see them that often. So that, okay, fair enough. Hyundai Elantra. Nah, Kia Soul's worse. Kia Soul's definitely worse.
The Kia Soul.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's how we tied it into cars. Hey, congrats. Swiss Chalet. Kia Souls
Yeah.
are the Swiss Chalet of the car universe.
And,
For anybody who
before
doesn't know what, you know.
talking about Instagram. Speaking of Instagram car culture, swimming.
Yes. I
Oh,
just wanted to
fuck,
bring that up,
yes.
too. Yes. Go on, Nick.
Kick us off.
I jump for joy a little bit every time I see one of them get into a single car accident,
Yeah.
and it's only their car.
Pre-Instagram, like, well, not pre-Insta, but like before it became a trend, I saw it happened in front of me. A BMW 335. Of course, it's debadged. I wonder if it's an M3. No, it's not. So it might even be a 328i. It doesn't matter. I just want a public service announcement. If you debadge your car, I know it's not an Evo, I know it's not an M3, and I know it's not an M5. So fuck you. swimming in front of me, baby blue, and I was like, just cutting right in, like real close, like shitty wrap or shitty like plasti dip. Remember that?
Oh fuck yeah!
Just the word. By the way, we should talk about like bad car products, like in another episode. But just in and out on the QEW, and I was just like, man, fuck that guy. Why does nothing bad ever happen to these people? He's a fucking jerk off. I had to slam on my brakes. Not 35 seconds, maybe a little longer. Like 2 minutes later, on the side of the road, smashed into the back of like some poor family's Honda. You know what I mean? Just destroyed the front of his car. He's out of it, staring at it. I'm like, oh fuck, I've got an erection. Like it was the best thing ever, man. It was just
deserved.
Oh, it's
the only
deserved.
thing that would make it better is if he just hit the barrier and it was just him.
Oh no, I want to be clear. It was not a big accident, but it was a lot of cosmetic damage. The family's fine. I'm not celebrating, but
no, I just the family doesn't deserve it. So it would have been a little bit better if he just hit the barrier.
Yeah,
those are the best swimming accidents. Is they just hit the barrier or some concrete.
Yep.
I hate that I watch these things on Instagram, man. It's like,
but it's hard not to.
I can't look away when I see these. I have to forcefully like. I don't even share it because I don't want to give them the like.
No.
I usually read the caption to try and gauge whether or not it's going to be an accident. Because if it's an accident, I kind of want to see it. But if it's not an accident, I'm not interested.
Yeah, fuck those videos. Because you got guys now trying to replicate them in like shitty
like fucking
BMW 330s, 340s.
Like squeeze Benz or fucking Where's 981.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's discords now of like kids, like swimmers and stuff.
I was in one of them.
Did you?
I joined it. Yeah, I joined. I think it was like 6 swimmers or something. I was in there for literally like half an hour, and I just felt myself getting dumber.
I wanted to join, but I genuinely was like, I don't want to be seen in something like this. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? That should be some homework for the next week's podcast, where we infiltrate the group and pretend we're swimmers.
Dude, that would be hilarious. But what? Just so we like, yeah, bro, we swim, and then what? Like, where's that story go?
I don't know.
I would love to read some cringe out of that.
Why don't we wait? You gotta wait until the weather gets better, and then we'll like infiltrate a real swimming group in real life.
We get them to do it in the winter.
Yeah,
somehow, I don't know. Like, what kind of cars do these guys drive?
Guess. They're your people. I'll be honest with you, Aaron. They are BMW fans through and through.
I mean, as the white person in the podcast, they're kind of both of your people. That partake in the swimming.
Lovely.
How do you know there are people? Like, how do you know?
Because they're not.
Are you saying ethnically or like car-wise?
Brag about swimming, which is weird, because when you put your face to it now.
No, they have their profile photo as their face.
Oh, sometimes they'll just record like reels and shit, just haphazardly, not like, oh fuck yeah, I'm breaking the law. This is what I look like.
Dude, did you see the one that was like on a Brampton Road or something? Like one near Caledon, and the guy was going like 200 plus in his Honda Civic with his friend recording, and then there was like a sharp turn ahead. They just smashed through the fucking like fence.
Yes.
Oh, I love that one every time because that's a one car accident. Oh, just the happiest.
It's always what I've noticed about swimming is it's always either like a base model car doing something that fits, or I guess physically, because physics it shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
like a fucking base Civic or Corolla weaving in and out of traffic, and you can see it literally leaning.
Yeah. Or
it's like an Infinity, a non-M BMW, or a non-AMG Mercedes.
I sometimes fantasize about owning spike strips because people rip up and down my street, and I'm like, man, what if I just oh no, they're in the road. Like, it would just be fucking, stupendous.
I love when Aaron complains about the people ripping up and down his street.
Yeah.
I just report them, bro. I'm such a snitch. I don't go fuck.
That's fine. Be a snitch. Who cares? Dude.
I'm just trying to keep my property value up, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck
I mean,
those guys.
Look, if you're a swimmer and you want to tell us why you think it's really cool, send us a comment and we'll definitely read it because nobody comments. But like, it's embarrassing.
I think we should join that group. We
I
should
would love
ask
to.
them for advice on how to be swimmers and ask them
Yeah.
to meet up.
Oh, I want to see what they justify as a technique.
Yeah.
Dude,
Swimming.
can we do like
What
a
is the
weird
perfect
gorilla
swimming car?
documentary about it and like have like
Yeah.
hidden
How
GoPros and shit?
how do you practice swimming? What are the things you need? Because it's easy to practice track racing because you need to like figure out the line and where the apexes are and like how to do the track smoothly. But what's the swimming equivalent of that?
If I was
Ooh.
taking your question seriously, which I know that it's like, because it's like there is nothing, but like I genuinely would believe that it's something to the tune of like you just need to be really good at reactionary shit. Like you need to just drive a lot and get better at it. But like that's not good advice. Which is why all these young
gotta
guys are getting
commute in the
wrecks.
morning. That's what you need. You need to have a 9 to 5 and just be
But
late
it's like-
every
like,
day
I
and
watch,
just
like
do
all
that.
the swimming videos I see, they have a lot of like really quick, jarring movements, and it's
Yeah.
like it's clearly upsetting the car's balance.
Yeah.
What is their caster setting? I need to know. I think that's what I need. That reaction when I turn the wheel. That's what I'm missing.
What's their toe setting? Those things dart left
Yeah.
and right. Like
Yeah, let's ask that group.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think that there's it's just stupid people pushing cars like way beyond what they're meant to do. That's the boiling, and that's like young people, and I just like I just think if that were, I try not to be too mean because I'm like, man, would that be us if we were like a little younger? Like, would that be something we would fall prey to? Because like Nick, you had a pretty sick car younger than both of us.
yeah, but I was also brought up by people that aren't into that shit. I feel like that would be stopped pretty quickly in my life.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm gonna be a little bit elitist here. I was brought up by people with taste.
That's fine. You can totally be an elitist. It's not a problem.
So I've always been a little bit elitist.
To do shit like that, you have to have money and you have to not care. So you have to be
You don't necessarily have to
raised
have
like
money.
a shitty brat.
A lot of you know what? A lot of it I see is like it's their parents' car or something.
Yeah, or their parents bought
Like
it for them.
they're just whipping their parents' car,
Oh, that's even worse.
But we've
trying to
talked
be
about
squeeze
this.
bends.
We've talked about this in the past where like, because we talked about like the M340i, right? And we talked about how you get a job at a fucking gas station or whatever, grocery store, you're a couple shifts a week, you're going to be able to make the payment.
Yeah, like if you get a long enough lease or finance term, which most places will hand out these days, you can own like a 340i or something on a not very high salary or not very high wages.
If you work like 3 days a week, you can make the payment on your M340i. You can do it.
You won't have much money for anything else, but you'll
All they
have
need
the
is the
M340i.
$600 tune, so you're good.
Yeah, it's just the 340i, the tune, and maintenance happens when it happens, if it happens.
If it happens, you're right. There you go. When it happens, no, brother. Oh my god. Okay, so that's one that we all fucking obviously hate. Is there any? So like we talked about people fucking setting videos of their sick normal ass fucking traffic car to ethnic music. Talked about swimmers.
Okay, so there's people that
I've got one.
that post the videos of whipping their normal ass cars in parking lots with the e-brake up, thinking they're drifting, but they're really just dragging the rear tires.
Yeah.
But what about people that like legitimately post and believe that they're like base model Elantra with like plasti dipped or wrapped headlights and a Canadian Tire wing on the back is like a force to be reckoned with?
Uh,
I mean, it's classic rice, right? Like it's classic rice.
Like, fuck, what's that one? That one like car. I hesitate to call it a group, but like we just wanted to go and watch them from a distance at one of the.
Oh my
meets.
god, we should talk about this. Mystic Night Crew.
Mystic Night Crew, yeah.
Let's give a very brief overview. Basically, there are lots of car groups in Ontario. Just as a quick build up, they all operate in different areas. Obviously, a lot of these smaller groups end up cropping up. I think Nick, you'll agree. Like the further out you go from Toronto, where it's hard to get to the main stuff that you can find in the Toronto area, you get these car groups that pop up like in Kitchener, which is like an hour and 20, 30 minutes away from Toronto and stuff like that. This is one of those groups. And this is not an insult. I want to make that clear, but we're fairly certain that the guy who runs it is like on the spectrum. And that's not.
He was outed as being like a child predator.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the pedophilia.
Wait, what meat is this?
Mystic Night Group.
Hold on, I gotta try and find it. I
Okay,
think they wiped
it.
their entire presence off of the internet after
You
he got
find it.
outed.
I'm gonna keep giving the basis. So, we got sent a a post being like, "Hey, meet here, like this time, whatever." And the picture was like a piece of shit. And I don't. This is not to be mean, but like he did it. There's like a piece of shit. What was it? Like a Galant? Yeah, it was like a Galant, Mitsubishi Galant.
The Beast.
He called it the Beast on his TikTok. He also owns a like 2009 Dodge Grand Caravan that he has flames on the side of, and those two were in the picture. And it was like, come to a meet at this time, this place. And the date was, I remember it was like the date was wrong, so it was even funnier because it was like Saturday the 9th and Saturday was like the 8th or something. So we were like, what day is it? We don't, because we wanted to go, because me and Nick couldn't stop. Like we were infatuated with this. So it's Mystic Night Crew. They have a website. Oh my God, that's right.
They were advertising. They have like T-shirts and shit.
Well, they claim they also have like a shop that they run, but I think it's just the guy who is apparently a pedophile, like goes to your house and like changes your oil or something. But we should hire him.
Yeah, he'll come install your stereo by just completely fucking up your wiring.
Yeah. So it's classic car cringe on the internet. But what made it more interesting was like this guy would post in earnest like stuff that like, like anti-humor where it's just like cringe, but it's like he meant it. Like it was meant to be sick. Like Fast and Furious music and clips of like Dom Toretto over like, picked like, and then like swap to like pictures of him with like the like geriatric old people he hangs out with or whatever. It was just like really weird. And it was really
like footage of his caravan on a back road or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, it was footage of his caravan, and then I guess like by happenstance there was like a Ford GT, like the new one or something, right? Like behind it.
It was like not an OG Ford G. It was like the 2000s one, like the one I'd own if I.
Okay. Yeah.
It was that.
It's weird. So like this, we were obsessed with this, and we wanted to go. And I just think that there's a certain like. There's something about it that's just like it's just so strange, and like this could have been us, basically, is what I'm saying.
If what if they're lovely people? I think we should go.
Yeah. I'm sure they're. This is the thing is, I'm sure they're not.
You know what? These guys would be our
I see that person regularly.
Do you really?
They live near me.
Aaron has posted. I'm not going to say what it is because it'll be mean, but it's a guy in a specific car, and
he looks like he's from your neck of the woods.
Oh wait, I've seen this guy too.
I see that one all the time.
I've seen this guy too. I don't think he's a bad person. I'm
usually
sure
on stock wheels.
Yeah, when I saw it, it was also on stock, and I was just like, "That's strange."
Fuck, man! Like, what happens? Like, just this guy probably had a vision of modding his car, but then he spent the money on the wing, and he's like, "Fuck, this is way too much." So I'm just gonna.
But that's not even an expense. That's like $1,000 wing because it's not a real.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they just realized their dreams were
a little bit of tangent here. I apologize for this, but this comes back to some people just this hobby is not for them. Right? Cars in general are not a right, it's a privilege. But beyond that, having this as a hobby, meaning you're going beyond just your average NPC cars. There's a cost associated with that to do it properly, in my opinion.
No, you're right.
If you can't afford it, that's okay. But don't try to, because it just looks bad.
Well, not only does it look bad, it can literally be dangerous.
Yes, that as well.
Like, do you remember, and this is way, like, long time ago when we first met, there was, and this goes back to Instagram cringe, there was a kid who, I guess his parents had bought him a BRZ, And then he had worked over the summer to make like $5,000 to $7,000 to get like a fucking wide body kit of some description. Like I think it was a Rocket Bunny, and he posted being like, "Worked so hard for this. I get to have a Rocket Bunny BRZ at like 17 or something." And it's like that car's not going to be built right. Like that's going to be an actual problem. And like, I don't know, man. It's not for nothing. You could have like, it's great that your parents bought you stuff. I don't even think that's the problem. I think it's just like, it's going to be badly put together. Part of it might fly out, like they're not going to be bolted in correctly. Whatever it is, like you can't do this stuff cheaply. You have to be safe. You're sharing the world with everybody else, and this is not just
that, fucking Temu coilovers and shit. Like, oh, I need more low. Guess I'll buy some fucking Godspeeds or something. Like,
oh, beyond that, cutting springs. Like the cut springs thing is even fucking worse. So like,
cut springs that's such a 2000s thing.
Yeah, but people still do
everything
it,
is so expensive. I know, it's just like, fuck, I haven't seen or heard that one in a while. Cutting one or two coils off the spring to lower your car an inch and a bit.
Yeah, do you not know about this, Aaron?
I've heard of it. Your car would probably drive like shit, though.
Yes.
Oh, it is. It's awful.
It bounces like a pogo stick.
It drives. It basically, it's like welding metal rods where your suspension used to be. Like the car just bounces everywhere. Another popular one that used to be a big thing in the 2000s was instead of cutting springs, you would just heat them up and then put the full weight of the car on them so they'd compress and cool off, and your car would be lower.
Yeah,
bro, by the time it takes to do that, just fucking work an extra shift, save up for another month, get them fucking springs. Oh my god.
No, I know, but that's
like,
the point.
Yeah, it's shit like that. Like it's legitimately bad and dangerous, and just don't fucking, like, if you can't afford it, there's nothing wrong with not being able to afford it.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's broken.
They'd be under there, like under the car with a fucking blowtorch, heating up the spring. No, and you gotta remember, like in the rear on these cars, this is basically right next to the gas tank. On a lot of these fucking cars.
Yeah. They're just
and the best part about heating up the springs is there's no real way to know if it's even or not. So you kind of hope and pray and usually end up with something a little bit lopsided.
Yep. You could literally just buy lowering springs. Like this is the thing. You could just buy lowering springs, man.
Yeah.
That's so all of this to say, like, this is not, like, as much as I fucking love gatekeeping, this is not that. This is, if you're gonna do some shit, just do it in a reasonable way. You can buy like an old like RSX and mod it relatively cheaply, or you can splash out on something that's like 10K more than your budget and then not be able to modify it properly. Like, you need to be like, do these things. We want more people to enjoy cars. There's nothing wrong with an SI Civic. Have fun, but don't splash out and then not be able to afford it and have a weird car that's like half baked. You know, nobody's gonna appreciate that. Nobody thinks that's hectic.
What's going on with this Dodge Caravan, bro?
Yeah, so going back to this.
No.
This is the Dodge Caravan in question from the Mystic Night Cruise guy. This is just me. I'm fully happy to just be weird and mean about this, but like he like parks it with like tombstones with the like hood popped with like tombstones in the engine bay and stuff. Like I don't know.
Is he like a parent, or why does he have a fucking van?
No, he's like 23.
He has a van?
He's like
really? That's funny coming from you, Aaron.
That's true, Mr. fucking Pacifica.
Oh,
yeah, he has a van. I don't know.
Maybe he has a lot of hobbies, but from the way his car looks,
he has a lot of hobbies.
I can't imagine him with any kids or friends with these things on his car.
Oh, he's looking for kids, all right. Apparently,
does. But he fucking does.
Maybe he runs a
because it's just other people that think this is fucking normal.
Yeah, this is not normal. There's something about
he's found his niche.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You can call it that, I guess.
Yeah. There's just something.
That's the nice way to put it. Yeah,
it's very kind.
His niche, his band of misfits. That's it.
This is his island of misfit toys. You've got it. I think I'll be able to send you the picture in question.
They're fucking misfits if I've ever seen them.
Oh, they're definitely misfit. Misfit is like even being kind. I found it. Okay, Aaron, for you, my friend. This is the cream of the crop. I don't really know. Like, this is why I say I think maybe he's a bit like special or something. This is like the shit I'm talking about. Look at that lovely fucking thing right there. Isn't it beautiful, Aaron? I actually am glad that nobody's gonna see it in our recording. I'm really glad, because I mean, we said their name. If you are, if the one viewer is dedicated enough to go look them up, like, go for it. But it's real bad.
He has a spoiler too on his car.
I didn't even notice that.
That's
on
insane.
the van, yeah.
Dude.
But it's just one of those things, like, somebody took the fucking time out of their day to modify a caravan and put a spoiler on it and paint the engine cover and put flames on it.
Yep.
Bro, with the time he took to do that, just fucking
and think that it's
Uber Eats, make some money.
Yep.
And think that it's worthy of showing up to a meet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for Halloween, right? It has to be.
No, this is all
No, the van looks like that all the time.
Fuck, bro.
Get it? Because he kills people with his van or children. So let's get to that. So apparently, this is not a hit piece. This is just us making fun of a guy. Oh, excuse me. He has been outed allegedly. Nick alerted me to this at like 3 a.m. He raised the alarms. But this guy has been outed as a pedophile who's been harassing underage girls.
Yeah, I want to be clear here. Like, I don't follow anybody from Mystic Night Crew, but my Instagram algorithm is so fucking cooked that I came across it at 3 a.m. scrolling down my For You page or whatever.
Bro, that's fucked. You're fucking doom scrolling at 3 a.m. This thing comes up.
and like, I had to share the good news at that point. Like, you can't not wait until.
You don't understand. He doesn't have friends. He has family. Okay, and sometimes he fucks them, and sometimes
that's literally been posted multiple times on.
I know.
On TikTok.
It's just
oh my god,
dude. This is the thing. Like, there's so much to this. Okay, and this goes for anything. This is one specific example, and I feel like obviously we're being very mean, which is fine. I'm okay with being mean. What I'm saying to anybody who's upset by this is good, because you shouldn't repeat any of these actions.
Yes.
Right. And you definitely, because he's a pedophile, anything I say is basically like, it's free reign. It's free reign.
Yeah, we're allowed because
we're free and clear.
Because that happened.
Yeah, because you couldn't not diddle a child, we were on top. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Getting back to the story here, it wasn't like a child, but it was like she was like 14.
Yeah, and he did the "you're really mature."
Allegedly. Sorry, adding that in.
I want to say, just to wrap this around, so it's not just us, like, fucking blasting this guy. This is not the first time that I've heard about this in the car community, right? It's not. Why do we have a lot of pedophiles around or something? Because I wouldn't think of cars as the place for the pedos. Because I've been seeing that all on Instagram. I saw that the Phantom Meets or whatever, that guy was beefing with a guy because that guy was like a pedophile. I know you guys don't follow these horrible pages, but no, it wasn't at the meet. It was posted on the internet during winter, obviously.
I know. It's just
never heard of it. I don't follow any of these guys.
Either way, seems like it's not the first time.
We only go to the good meets.
Oh yeah, we definitely go to good meets. We got to start going to bad meets. I really think we should.
I don't know if I want to.
I'm gonna get arrested if I go to a bad meet. Like, something's gonna go down, and I'm gonna be troubled.
Somebody from the fucking super chat went to one of the fucking La Paloma meets in Woodbridge, and his car literally got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want my car to be evidence, Yeah.
I didn't say I wanted to go to that tier of meet. That's like next level.
Actually, La Paloma is or whatever is right by me. We can go there.
Yeah, we could go. We shouldn't, but we could.
Go in the fit. If the fit gets shot, we'll just bomb
the fit, bro. They're gonna like flip my car over.
If the fit gets shot, then it's like a great insurance claim.
Bro, if I bring the fit there and I park like in the front of the nice cars, a bunch of these losers are gonna pick up my car and try and move it.
I would pick up your car and move it for sure.
You're gonna stomp on my car or something.
I would.
Vandalize it.
If there were enough people, I'd pick up Aaron's car. I mean, that's a good.
I would absolutely do it. I would. I don't think that I would ever want to go to something like that, but I do think like. I don't know. I do think that it would be interesting to go, like, because there's still this Mystic Night Crew guy's still doing meets.
Is he?
I think so.
I don't know. The Instagram is gone, so I don't get it on my
Okay,
For
the
You page.
Instagram is gone, but the rest of it's still there.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, how much money could it possibly cost to keep that website with that domain going?
I'm
for a
fairly
year?
certain it's like a Wix site, but yes, I do agree.
It's
with
probably
you.
like less than $50.
Have you guys been to one of those
probably.
phantom meets?
Not recently. I did when I was like looking to make friends before I met you guys, but since then I don't think ever.
I think the greasiest meat I've ever went to is probably like one of the BRZ World or 8 Sticks World or whatever.
I used to go to that a lot.
The one on
I went to, like,
Steels and Dufferin?
I went to
Yeah.
like 2 of them when I first got my car all those years ago, and that was it.
So it's
That's a-
possible
that's
we
a
were at
long
the
drive
same
for
meet
you.
together.
It's entirely possible we passed each other and didn't know,
Yeah.
and then here we are today enjoying actual good things.
Yeah. And no, that the guy who organizes it, who seems nice enough, I think he's also from Hamilton, so he drives out there every single week. That they do it.
Yeah, do they still do it? Like, I honestly haven't
To
gone
my
or known it's been a thing for years.
to my recollection, they do.
Well,
Every
maybe
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
I don't know. I always thought it was a little weird, but I think that's the greasiest meat I've never gone to one of those like late night McDonald's parking lot meets that happen that are full of like Hyundai Genesises and shit like that.
Right.
I think the scary ones is La Pomona or whatever. Cause like
That
you've got
one
some-
seems like
probably
it's
got
the
some
most
drug dealers
intense.
and shit in there.
Yeah. Seems like they do 8-6 day BRZ World still, but I don't know if they're still like they're doing meets every single Wednesday.
I mean, the platform's probably still popular enough for it. I just don't know
it
if
definitely
people
is.
would actually show up.
I mean, there was a lot
The
of
super people
cars.
get together a lot around here.
Yeah.
For,
And have you ever
Cars and Coffee
attended?
in Mississauga. But it's weird. Like, they'll be like, we're fucking meeting Friday at 3. It's like,
Friday
the fuck
at
do you
3?
mean you're meeting Friday? I'm working Friday at 3.
Friday at 3.
What are you guys?
Fuck?
Where
What are they like coming
guys
out of
do for a
school?
living that Friday at 3 is just an available time?
There must. This is the ones that we talked about where there's some guys in there who are like, I bought the car cash and I bought like 20 grand in mods in cash, and there's some guys who are like leveraged to the tits.
Yeah, there's some guys that are like affirming their tires.
Holy shit. I'm so like every time I think about like my life, right, and where I'm at, and then I remember that there are people who affirm like $500 of shit, I feel a little better.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you need to affirm your hobby, it's probably not the hobby for you.
No, it definitely isn't. There's no
Like,
question
that's-
about it.
I'm sure it's very popular though. Like there's got to be a ton of guys affirming
Oh.
their shit,
I'm sure there is.
and probably for the worst stuff too, like a wing and a lip kit.
Oh, it's gonna be for like, yeah, wing and lip kit, but like the cheap replica ones.
The ones right off AliExpress that are then put on another website.
I feel like, people buying like Voltex wings or whatever, like, for the most part, they, even maybe if they're stretching a little bit, are probably able to afford it, but it's the people that are buying like Fufu Voltex.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. I think a lot of these guys with these JDM parts, they're probably leveraged to the tits.
You
I
know,
think a lot of them are.
you may have a point. Like, how many of those builds do you see where somebody finishes it and like they get their 2 or 3 like Instagram posts with it? They might show up with it once, and then suddenly the car's being parted out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Although all those loans are coming knocking.
I will never understand that. So long as I live, I'll never understand that. Even people who buy cars and they're like, I don't want to drive it too much. Don't want to. I'm like, then why did you buy it? Like, that's crazy.
I just saw an NC Miata drive top down in the around the roundabout.
Just now looking out your window.
Yeah.
This is what he does when he hears loud cars. He's fucking making sure his property value is not going down.
Aaron,
Like the
wait, I have
neighborhood
one for
watchdog.
you.
He ever goes out and sees skid marks around the roundabout, he'll probably fucking wash them off.
Aaron, you should absolutely pick up this Lexus LC500. 88 grand, bro. It's only going to hold its value.
88 grand. Wow, that's a nice car.
It
I
isn't
would,
that
I
for
would want the
88 grand.
convertible one.
What, really?
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Huh.
Because, bro, you get this car, you're not racing, you're not doing anything with it.
Hey,
Like,
well, why
you
not?
might as well get a top down to cruise.
I know, but I mean, you have an S2000, which is a convertible, but like,
You want another convertible?
you don't really care for the Boxster unless it's the Spider.
Like, I think this car in a convertible would just make it much more of an occasion to take it out.
Selective
More than it
convertible.
already is.
I had a coworker who had his dad's one that he drove around, the LC500, and it was like straight piped. And when he started it in the underground parking garage, you could feel it in the building. It was wild.
That sounds a little bit obnoxious.
Oh, it was so fucking obnoxious. It was beyond obnoxious. But he was quite young, and you know, his dad, like, I think his dad was like working out west or something, so he was like alone. His dad left him with his like fucking LC500 with a big old V8. Like, I get it.
In Hot Rod Scots and got the tube special.
Probably. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
I actually really like these.
I think they're gorgeous.
I still think Anthony should buy in ISF.
I've come around to it. I think we were mentioning this earlier. I've come around to the ISF. I just don't think I'll ever find a good one. Like, I think they're really difficult to find a good one.
One of those things where you gotta like look for it. Actually, keep an eye out for one because they don't show up very often.
Oh wait, they're legal to import now.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
apparently.
yeah, I guess. Late 2000s, 2008, 2009 is when the first ones were coming out. So yeah, you could import an ISF.
I wonder if they're cheap. That's something I will definitely be looking into. There's no question about that.
I feel like they're probably going to be similar money to what you get here, maybe a little bit cheaper.
Right. If they're the same money, I wouldn't want an imported one. But I guess that also opens up like importing them from other countries too, so like you can find a really good one. But
Like clean German ISF.
Bro, I could
Nobody's
never
buying
drive a
ISF.
right-hand drive car every day.
no?
In Canada, no.
Mm.
Bro, you wouldn't be able to go to Swiss Chalet drive-through. Think
Fuck
about it.
off
You
about
get
Swiss
chicken
Chalet.
all over your passenger seat.
If I have a
Anthony,
passenger, I can
Reach
go.
over.
I can go with a
On the days
passenger.
You don't. They're gonna have
Yeah.
to throw the chicken at you, or they're
Bro,
gonna have to
come on.
lean in. Just put in your
Yeah.
You're gonna have to grab the chicken with one of those fucking.
Bro, I would
Bridge
get out
grabbers.
of my car and go around to get the
Tongs.
chicken from that poor. I would just go inside. I wouldn't go in the drive-through. You guys are fucking
And
being
rever-
ridiculous.
Reverse.
But you're a car guy, so you gotta go through the drive-through. No, you know what? Maybe I'll go through it in reverse.
I remember
Yeah,
years
that's
ago
the
when
move.
the R32s were first becoming legal, and I read, maybe it was Reddit or some other message for like about a guy going through a McDonald's drive-through in reverse, and the lady getting mad at him at the window, and then one of the workers being like, "Oh my god, it's a Skyline!" So he was like, you know, the hero. But it's been a thing for years. Okay, you go
There's
in
a
reverse.
very famous picture of an R32 going through drive-through backwards.
Might come from the
A lot
same
of people
post.
just aren't used. Maybe a lot of people just aren't used to that sort of thing. The big thing with right-hand drive cars used to be like, how do you see when you're turning left at the intersection? Like if you look
Yeah,
at
that
old,
too. That terrifies
a
me.
lot of those old forums are dead, and you can't even see the posts anymore. But a lot of people back then would be like, "Is there any way to like hook up a camera to the turn signal that like
Yeah, that
turns
was
on
always
when
my
I'm trying?"
solution. There is. It's not hard.
Bro, the latency though. What if it's like deleting you? That'd be so bad.
There wouldn't be that much latency. I wouldn't go unless
There's
I
gotta
was
be
sure.
some.
I wouldn't go
Yeah,
unless I was
and then
sure.
it was always either like, can you wire up a camera to the turn signal, or everyone would be like, I just wait until the light turns yellow. Which
So everybody
I don't
behind
know
you
about anyone
does.
else, but if I was behind that person, I don't care if the car's right-hand drive. That would be infuriating.
Yeah, that would be on site. I would get out of my car and be like, "What the fuck?" So
That's
Yeah.
good. That'll be your signal to turn when they honk at you. Like, oh, it's clear. I'm gonna go.
no, dude, I've had people honk at me and I almost killed. So that was one of the biggest mistake I've ever. Maybe we can end on this. The biggest mistake I've ever made driving was I was turning left and somebody honked so loud it freaked me out and I thought, oh crap, I'm sitting here and there was so much oncoming traffic. I almost killed like 6 people, and that was like really
God.
early on. Like I was like year 1 of having my license. Never had anything happen after that. I got so upset. I'm like, you ever do something so bad you just sort of like look down, like after you pull over, you're like, oh fuck, that was bad.
You just drive in silence the rest of the way.
Drive-in silence is the mature response for me. I was like, I literally pulled into a parking lot behind like some random office building. And I was just like, oh boy, like just had to fucking calm down. I never made a mistake like that.
You know what I do now when people honk at me as I'm making a left turn or a right turn? I just stop. I just don't go. I'm like, fuck you. You know what? You're not gonna make this late. You can honk me all you want.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm that petty.
No, it's fine. I'm for it. I'm for it.
I do that sometimes. I have my bouts of road rage.
I have a lot of
100%.
road rage. We can go through that one day.
I want to talk about that at some point. Yeah.
I try to chill on that now, though. Like I've
rage
done a
story.
lot of things I'm not proud of in the fit.
Well, it's always the best when it's in a car you don't care about because it's like
I'll take
Yo,
it.
people think they can
It's
fuck with me because I'm in a
$35
fit,
for
bro.
this
Like,
car.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
try me.
exactly.
You're like,
I'm not an
ready
old
to
lady in
die.
a fit, bro. I'm down to throw hands.
Dude, I remember my my friend's dad. I like when I was much younger, like I'd never been in a fight, and I was like 13 or 14 or something. And my friend's dad took us to a computer shop because we couldn't fucking drive yet, or like 15 or something. And some dude like slammed on his brakes in front of him, and they got into a like he shouted, and the guy shouted, and we're like, oh fuck, and he's like, I got 5 guys in this car. Fuck them. And I'm like, am I getting into a fight? Like, it was
That's 5 kids.
Yeah, just 5 young teenage boys. Oh, rip to a real one, man. That guy was so funny.
Oh, man, like I
can't imagine Nick with road rage. Nick is so chill.
I have.
I absolutely believe
we can cover it
absolutely.
in depth in like another time, but I can get pretty bad road rage.
Like Anthony, I can definitely see him.
If people do something stupid, oh yeah,
dude.
I like if somebody cuts me off, I will pull up beside them and stare them down.
Dude, I've shouted
That's it?
at
You
my
just stare them
window
down?
before.
I stare people down. I've flipped my fair share of people off.
That's it, eh? You know what I do? I cut them off. And I
cut.
brake check the shit out of them.
I don't think I've ever cut anyone off or brake checked anyone.
Yeah, I do that.
I've definitely
brake checked the shit out
done
of
like
people.
I've definitely done like somebody tries to pass me in the oncoming lane and I floor it to keep them in that lane.
Yes. Oh, my favorite. I love that.
That is. Yeah.
I do that in my cars though. They're not fast
I do that
enough.
quite a lot, especially like when, I mean, not as much in the Super anymore, but in cars that can actually get up to speed quickly. That one's
100%.
one of my favorites.
To end on, I guess we could end on this. Next week, we're definitely going to talk more about road rage, but my theory on road rage is just that we are all aware that one bad move and this could kill you, what we're doing, like driving. And when people fuck with us, we're like, you're fucking with my life, bro. And that's where it comes from, I think. So,
Yep.
Is that your reason for road rage?
it's not my reason. It's just why I think people get so heated.
Yeah, true.
Like, you
I
know,
feel like
subconsciously, like,
I just get heated a lot quicker when I'm driving for some reason.
yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
that.
I think it's the sense of loss of control. Like you can't.
But then
control
on
what
the
people
flip
are
side,
doing.
like when I'm in the vibe, I just don't like when I'm in the vibe. If there's like a recycling bin in the middle of the road, I'll hit it on purpose, just because I don't care.
Wow,
Dude, I wish I had a car I didn't care about. That would be great.
Yeah, or like I just run. Like if shopping carts, I'll just run them right into the back bumper and laugh.
oh my god.
I need
If my
a
neighbors like. I don't think I've done it in the vibe, but I did it in like my old Corolla. But like my neighbors' kids would leave like shovels out in the winter because they're making like forts and stuff when it snowed, and I just run them over.
What a menace.
Dude, you're
Or
a
I'd-
demon.
I remember one of the they've long since moved, but there used to be one because like I live in a court, and the one house on the corner used to have one of those yellow like "please slow down" signs that like it was the standing one with the flag.
Right.
And I remember I would in the winter I would come in and do an e-brake turn with the Corolla and just fucking crank the sign with the back corner and just leave it lying on the side of the road.
Dude. Oh, fuck.
No,
Nick is a demon
That's
on the fucking road.
hilarious.
He admitted to so many crimes just now. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, a couple. And
All
that
right.
house that lived there were cops too. But anyways, we can.
That's worse. What the fuck? Oh my god, you should be in prison. A couple of the things that we've all done, I think we should be in prison, but nobody will ever
It's
know.
okay. They never caught me.
They they never got him. All those bodies, they never got him.